Welcome to the Thrift Store Kitchen Review, where I test all the weird junk from the thrift store so you don't have to. Welcome to this year's first episode of the Thrift Store Kitchen Review. Have you ever said, I wish I could recreate the flavor of the gas station right in my home? Well, probably not, and I don't think any sane person ever has. But if you ever really wanted to do that, Nostalgia Electrics has just the product for you. The Home Hot Dog Roller. And I got this at No Longer Bound Thrift Store in Woodstock, Georgia for $19.99. So before we put it to use, let's take a look at our hot dog roller. On top you have this canopy that is apparently for bun storage. Around the back, you have this slide-out tray that I guess is for grease and crumbs, whatever could fall in there. You have a temperature dial on the front. You have an on and off switch, and then you have your main cooking area. Not a lot to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this machine cleaned up real quick, and we're going to roll some hot dogs. Okay, so the machine is plugged in and it is on. According to the manual that I found online for this, it has been preheating for 3 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and use it as intended. I'm going to open up the top. Got some buns. Just going to leave them in here. Close that. And then I'm going to put my hot dogs on. This thing can hold 8 hot dogs. I'm going to go with 3 for now, going with some Nathan's hot dogs today. And it says to cook the hot dogs for 15 to 20 minutes depending on the size. These are standard size hot dogs, so we will do it in 15 probably. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to let these cook, and in just a few minutes, we're going to see how they're looking. It's only been about a minute, but what I noticed, the hot dog on the front row was not rolling, so I moved it to one of the rows that was rolling. I don't know if these rollers are spaced out unevenly, but being that it's from Nostalgia, if you've watched my videos, you know what I think about them. It's probably poorly made and the rollers are not spaced evenly or correctly. But it's working now, so we'll see what results we get. The hot dogs have been cooking for about 10 minutes. You can see they have changed color some, and they're starting to split some at the side. So they're definitely cooking, so the machine is working. So in just a few more minutes, according to the manual, they should be done, so we'll take them off then and taste them. It's been 15 minutes, and that's when, according to the manual, these hot dogs should be ready to eat. So let me get one of these buns out of here and pull off a hot dog. Now first, let me break it open, feel the inside. It's definitely done, so let me take a bite. Not bad. Now, if I wanted that true gas station flavor, I would need to leave these sitting on here for about another 6 hours. Now, what it says to do, if you want to keep the hot dogs warm, is that you're supposed to leave it sitting on medium. Now, what's weird to me in the manual, it tells you to only use a max and a medium heat. It never says to use anything below either. So why do you even have the knob? Like, do it like a crock pot where you have high and low. No clue, but it's Nostalgia, so it's par for the course. So I'm going to eat these hot dogs, and then we're going to try cooking some other things on here. So often at the larger gas station chains, like Quick Trip or Racetrack, at least those are the main two in my area, you see them cook other things on the hot dog rollers. They have taquitos, they have those weird gas station corn dogs that don't quite taste right, but I've gotten a variety of cylindrical foods that we're going to try. First on this plate, I have a regular corn dog and a small link of Conecuh brand sausage. If you don't live in the South, I'm sorry, because I think it's only available down here and it's quite delicious. Then also, I have some stuff I picked up at H Mart, the giant Korean grocery store. I have a mozzarella corn dog, and I have these tornado potatoes. So I'm just gonna throw all this stuff on the grill at once and see how they turn out. All right, this is the largest one here, the mozzarella dog. Then I'm going to put the standard corn dog on. Will the tornado potato fit? It sure will. And then I have the sausage link. Now I'm sure these are going to finish at wildly different times, so we're just gonna keep checking them. 5 minutes in, let's take a look. They're getting warm, but nothing's really starting to cook yet, so we're going to give it a while longer and see if any of these turn out decent. Besides the sausage link, of course, that should theoretically turn out just fine. Alright, it's now been 15 minutes, so let's check our food. This one is barely cooking. The corn dog is starting to cook. The potato is cooking. This one should probably be about done based on the time it took for the hot dogs. I'm going to take the cheese dog and move it further back on the machine to occupy its spot and see if it can get more heat over there. So let me cut this open. Feel the inside. Yeah, that's done. So let me take a bite of that. That one came out quite good, so I'm thinking the potato will probably be the next one to be finished. So I'm going to let this stuff continue to cook and we're going to keep checking. Alright, 20 minutes in. I think moving the cheese dog was the right call because it does seem to be cooking a little better now. The regular corn dog is heating up, but you can tell that it still has a ways to go. The potato feels about done. It feels crispy, so let me take a bite of this. Actually, no, it's still kind of cold on the end, so I'm gonna put that back on and just keep letting these things cook. It's been about 15 additional minutes, give or take. Let's check it now. Yeah, this is about ready, so I mean, it's not bad, but the air fryer is a better option for this one. Let me go ahead and move this over here. This one is just not really cooking all that well. The regular corn dog needs more time also, so I'm just gonna let it sit for even longer. All right, so I haven't really even been keeping track of the time on this thing. I'd imagine it's been another probably about 15 minutes, give or take, so let's go ahead and pull some of this off. The corn dog feels like it's probably done, so let me cut that open. How's the inside feel? The hot dog inside is mostly warm. It's not like hot, but should be done, so let me eat this piece. I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't get the kind of texture you really want. Now, the cheese dog, that one is going to take a little bit longer because I had started it on that front roller, and that front roller doesn't seem to get the same amount of heat, so it's kind of useless. So I'm going to let the cheese dog roll for a little while longer, and we'll see if that one comes out edible. Well, the cheese dog's been on here forever, so we're just going to accept whatever results we get. Take this off of here. Turn the machine off. Gonna move it out of the way. Let me cut it open with the fork. Somehow the cheese has melted some, but it's still not all the way hot. But let me take a bite and see if it's any good. I mean, it's not bad. Shouldn't have to slow cook a cheese dog, but it's not terrible. So I'm going to get this thrown out and then I'm going to come back and give you my final verdict on the Nostalgia hot dog roller. So what is my final verdict on the Nostalgia hot dog roller? Well, I will preface this by saying it does work better than most of Nostalgia's products, but it's still not great. Now, it does seem to work best with hot dogs, which it probably should because that's what it's for. I tried the other items because at the gas station, a lot of times they do sell other cylindrical type foods that can be cooked on a hot dog roller. However, I feel that they didn't come out as well done as they would there because the ones at the gas station are industrial strength and this one clearly isn't. Now, even though the hot dogs did turn out okay, there's so many different ways to cook a hot dog. I don't really see a need for it. It really is just another novelty item. If you ever find one and just really want to recreate gas station cuisine in your home, go for it. But beyond that, it just really doesn't have a lot of utility and it's just going to take up a whole lot of space. Well, thank you for joining us on today's episode of the Thrift Store Kitchen Review. As I mentioned in our previous episode, we're changing up formats a bit this year, so next week's episode isn't going to be a review, and you're just going to have to see what it is. Be sure to subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, where we are growing exponentially. Follow us on Facebook as well for updates on the channel and more of our short form content. Be sure to share this, tell your friends about us, get out there and support your local thrift store, and have a wonderful day.